Okay, we have our guest for episode 3. A lot of people know him as JL Nightmare. I don't want to butcher your real life name.
Billy Madison.
Yeah, Billy
Madison.
Madison.
There you go.
But Jesse Lacroix, right?
Ah, there you go. You got it the second time.
There we go. There we go.
I am not the water.
The first time I did see it, though, I can't lie. That's the exact thing I thought.
Yeah.
Sure, everybody does.
Everybody, yeah.
But yeah, JL has been around for quite some time.
Yeah, like 30 years.
Yeah, before like we were born. So I mean, he's been here since the bricks were set, you know. But I mean, we've seen the first session related video to you was the prison demo, right?
Yes, that was the first one on like the day that it actually came out.
How was that?
It was fun. It was a good experience. I definitely kind of fell for session that day because like I like the fact that the sticks were split, and before that I was used to Skate 3 where it's like everything was on one stick, but as soon as it was like, okay, you push down on the back foot and then left on the front foot to do a kickflip, made sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. The two-stick system always felt like just a straight-up like evolution to me. Like, it just felt like the natural step coming off of skate.
It was pretty mind-blowing, like, the first time I played it, too. I mean, it makes sense, like, the two sticks, but, like, just being able to actually play it, crazy.
Yeah, like, understanding it instantly as a skater, it's like, I know exactly how to do whatever trick I want, because it's, like, based on your feet and, like, where they go.
Yeah. I'm assuming you played, like, Tony Hawk and shit like that back in the day.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did you ever get into XL at all? Did you ever play it?
Yeah, I played it on the first day it came out on early access, and like it is a fun game. I love playing it. It's just like the gravity kind of threw everything off for me. So going from like a realistic gravity to like Skater XL's gravity just kind of threw me off a bit. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can still have fun in this game, but in my mind, I can't take it seriously yet.
Because I mean, I know you've definitely played it. Like you have XL videos and stuff, but I mean,
yeah.
I think I had you added on Steam for a while, so I think I might have seen your XL time at one point, but you definitely don't.
You really want to know what it is right now? It's pretty disappointing.
What is it?
30 something hours?
Yeah, pretty.
As of today, 31 hours, I think.
I mean, it's a game, but and I'm sure you're probably way more invested in session considering, you know, kickstarting it and all that good stuff.
Yeah, the game just kind of like captured me a little bit though. It was like, I don't know, it was like a different feel from the first time that I played that versus the first time I played Skater XL.
What's your hour count in session?
530 something, but that's just on Steam.
Yeah, so that wouldn't include any of the like older builds from quick Kickstarters and shit.
No, 5 hours, 536 hours. My playtime.
How did you like find out about session originally though?
That's actually interesting. So I was scrolling through YouTube and I saw this video. It's by Jacksepticeye. I used to watch a lot of his content, and it said Skate 4. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Like, so I click on it. I start watching it. He's like, oh, like session, like this game just came out today for the Kickstarter. And I'm like, wait a second. I remember this game. Like, I remember seeing something about it like a few years ago. And then I just paused the video, looked up the Kickstarter, downloaded it, and then just instantly got into recording. So that's how I found out about session.
How did you get into like actually like streaming though too?
That was back in the Mario Maker days.
Yeah.
So like Mario Maker got you into.
So yeah, I used to play a lot of Mario Maker, and I just watched my buddy play online. He actually, at the time, he wasn't my buddy. He had no idea who I was, other than the fact that I would always set world records, and then my world records would end up in his videos, and he'd be like, "Nightmare again? Who is this guy?" And I don't know, like that community started bugging, like, "Hey, that Nightmare guy should make a channel. That Nightmare guy should make a channel." I'm like, you know what?
That's sure. A good motivation as any.
Why not? Like, I like playing this game. I can make a YouTube channel. I've got all the stuff to do it. I know how to edit and all that. And for some stupid reason, I chose the name JL Maximum. Like, why? And the only reason for that was
It kind of
because
sounds
I
like a
was
porn star name. I'm not gonna lie.
I was looking at Venom and I thought, oh, maximum carnage. And then I was thinking like Deadpool, maximum effort. So I'm like, all right, like, whatever. I did that. And I'm like, a couple videos in, I'm like, this is dumb. Why? I'm known as Nightmare. Why did I choose maximum? It has what? So I quickly changed it to Nightmare and it just started uploading a lot of Mario Maker stuff. And then after like what, a couple of months, a few months, I had 1,000 subscribers, and then I started streaming, and
Mario Maker was pretty big. It exploded immediately. So yeah, that's a really good time for you to get into all that as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember my buddy in real life like bugging me years and years ago, like, oh, you should start a gaming channel, like you're good at gaming. I'm like, no, that's not me. Like I can't do that stuff. I don't like talking in front of cameras and all that. Even my first video on the channel was awkward. Like I didn't know how to talk in front of a camera. Even on a skateboard, I hated being in front of a camera. Like I just couldn't talk.
Seems like you've definitely learned.
Oh yeah, you adjust after a while.
Oh, yeah.
I still feel awkward sometimes. Like right before a live stream, I'm like, do I want to do this? Like, I don't know. It feels weird, and then I just press record, and I'm good to go.
But speaking of that experience and kind of building a community around your content, you wound up actually pledging the highest Kickstarter tier 4 session and were able to get yourself in the game. I know that you're usually very like quick to credit your community for kind of helping make that happen. So is there anything like you can tell us about that whole general experience?
Yeah, so originally my pledge was like $65. It was to get what was it? I think a shirt or something like that. And in the first video I made, I mentioned like all the tiers and stuff. I'm like, oh, like imagine me in a video game, blah, blah, blah. And not long after, I got like before that, I got a couple of donations, like, oh, here, this is for like getting in the game and stuff like that. But then I got this massive like $3,300 donation. And like during the stream, I'm just like, okay, I need to go do this now. Like I'm gonna go pledge right now. So I did that on stream, and I'm like, as if I was able to actually like get that amount of money to be put into a game, because like being in a video game is something that I've always wanted ever since I was a little kid. And I don't know, like as a kid, I'm like, I want to be in a Mario game and like Nintendo this but like as I grew up, I'm like, oh, it'd be really cool to be in a skateboarding game. Never thought that would actually happen. Yeah. And you never think it's ever gonna happen. Like you're just like, oh yeah, I'll be in a skateboarding game one day. No, you won't.
Yeah. But now that you are actually in the game, how does that feel in turn?
It was a little bit weird playing with myself on stream. I don't know. I don't know why YouTube is allowing it, but they're fine with it, I guess.
I mean, that's gotta be like different seeing yourself in a game for sure, and it's not like just modding yourself into it or something like that, because like there's the interactive face or interact app. I don't remember the name of it, but there's that. But like,
yeah,
actually being in there,
yeah, actually having like your name there and knowing that like everybody, I can't say around the world because like most of the people don't have Xbox. Like, I mean, yeah, they don't have Xbox, so can't say everybody, but a lot of people in the world are actually able to play as you and like know your name at least, and that to me is crazy.
Yeah,
probably has to be at least some level of uncanniness to it as well, just seeing yourself as represented by some other artist, like kind of trying to recreate you.
Yeah, that was the big challenge for me, because like when I would like look at like the renders and stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, like that looks close, but like there's this feature and this feature, but it's hard to judge yourself.
Oh yeah,
like,
you're so used to seeing yourself in a mirror that any actual image of yourself
so when you see an actual image of you like kind of made into a game, it just, because they have to exaggerate the features, right, so that they would actually pop up in the game. So when you're looking at it, you're like, is that what I look like? Is that my nose? That's my freckle. I see my freckle. But is that me? Is that how I look to other people? But yeah, I actually went through like a few changes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you're skating the young version of yourself right now, I think you said, because you don't have the tattoo.
the, what was it, like 22-year-old me or something? Before just
Pre-tattoo.
one day I had all these tattoos.
I was watching some of your clips. I don't remember. I don't know. I found a couple of your channels. I found one of you playing guitar.
Okay, my personal channel, yeah.
Yeah, I found that one. Just doing a little YouTube search, and then I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't want to lie. There was another one of just you doing some ledge tech. I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, some random like fake steez ledge tech stuff.
You looked real stiff, like after the landing.
That was on purpose.
I was assuming so. I was like, "There's no way. There's
Yeah,
no
I don't
way he's
skate like
that
that.
stiff."
No.
But
We
no,
were just
I thought
messing around that day.
It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope when you like just popped out into a nose manual off the ledge. It was pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Thank you.
What's it like working with Crea-ture though? Because I'm sure you guys are like pretty close considering you test betas and everything like that.
Well, I'm not actually like working with Crea-ture. I just kind of like talk to them occasionally. Like we'll talk about some things, and like if I'm recording a video, say on like the next update, if they happen to give me a build, because they don't always give me builds, like, but if they happen to give me one, I'll ask them like fact check. I want to make sure that I get everything correct. I want to make sure that like anything that I say is actually correct and not just like, oh yeah, like this update has this, but it doesn't actually have that, or they're gonna add this, but they're never actually gonna add that. So
I guess it's more accurate to say you're working alongside them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess that's the
alongside
better
them,
question. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you kind of work in tandem every once in a while, but you're kind of doing your own thing otherwise.
yeah, like they'll help like promote my channel, like having a special stream or something
Yeah.
on my channel, but that's because like they're not really on the YouTube side. They don't really care too much about like
Yeah, you bring a lot of
having
traffic to
content.
the game. So
Yeah. So like they know that if they have something on my channel at least, then a lot of people are gonna like know to go there and like keep up with things.
one of the big things that I've definitely been interested in is you've definitely said in the past that the biggest thing you were waiting for to actually start making like edits proper was your character being completed in the game and fixes to the replay editor.
Yes.
With Crea-ture saying that replay editors are coming next. Is that still the plan? Can we expect to see some stuff from you?
Funny thing is, you actually have a JL edit.
Do we?
There is one.
Yeah.
It's been out for years. The day after the Kickstarter one released.
I mean, that's fair, but I think you know what I mean.
No, yeah, I get you. I guess it depends. Like, if my tattoos are in, I'm not sure. I haven't actually had any updates on my character, so like, I don't know why the tattoos are so important to me, but it kind
It's a
of makes
personal
the
thing.
character more real.
Yeah, no, that's
And,
like,
like, I
tattoos
also
are really
want-
personal. I get it.
I want like more style to my character. Like right now, we just got like my black shirt and my gray pants.
Yeah.
But from what I remember, I think we're supposed to be adding in like different clothing options and like different boards, but I'm not 100% sure what the state of that is right now.
Is your sponsor gonna be in there?
Yes, they're actually in there right now.
Are they?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so the board that I'm skating in the game is NBS, New Beginnings Skateboarding, and it's a local board company in Ottawa.
I know that they've been sponsoring you for a little while now. Yeah.
Yeah, I was their first rider back in like 2009, somewhere around there. I think that was when everything kind of kicked off. And they're a nonprofit skateboarding company based in Ottawa. So everything that they make kind of goes back into the company, like getting new boards, merch, and being able to do a lot of giveaways. So like over the years, like they've done contests or just like, giving away tons of boards just to people that are like at the park or,
Yeah.
just like need a board. So
Sounds like a great group to associate with.
for sure, yeah.
What's the skate scene like out there? How's the kind of experience of being a skater in that region?
Well, when I started, the skate scene was like 0. There was like 5 people skating at like this flat pool, and I didn't know what skateboarding was. Like there was no skate parks where I was growing up, and like I hadn't been to a skate park for like, what was it, like 6 years after I started or something like that. And yeah, like the skateboarding scene wasn't that big, and then it got a little tiny bit bigger as soon as we got like a couple of skate parks. Like we got one of the big ones, Legacy Skate Park, The skate scene was like, it was good, but it wasn't like great. Like we had some downtown spots, like everyone would just go down there. Um, but yeah, like it didn't really seem like Ottawa was a really popping off place for skateboarding. Whereas like if you went to Montreal, like that scene was a lot bigger. Or like Toronto, like you'd go there and you'd go to the skate park and the skate park was massive. You're like, what do I even do here? This is just too much.
How about nowadays?
It's worse.
Is it?
So like around my area, like the skate park I used to always hang out in, like that place used to be like filled with skaters. Like every day, it's like we would just skate all day, have fun. These days, it's all scooter kids and their moms. And I'm always sad when I drive by it. I look, I'm like, oh, there's so many scooters. There's not even a single skater there.
Oh man.
You ever run into Wade Desarmo?
Not for a while. Not until, not since the last time I saw him might have been 2004 at Legacy Park.
It's still cool
there.
to know that you've seen him.
Yeah, I used to skate with him at Legacy. Anytime he was there, like we would just like skate along each other. I'm not sure if he even remembers who the hell I am though.
He will
So
when he
long
plays
ago.
Session, dude.
Just hit him up. Be like, remember me? There's this game
He'd be
that
like, no,
you'd
and
be a
I'd be
part
like, you
of.
remember Mitch Barrett? And he'd be like, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I used to skate with him. Like, you know, Eric Dion? Like, that guy knows me too.
What got you into skateboarding originally?
A birthday present.
Oh.
It was like 1996, somewhere around there on my birthday. And my mom bought me like this fishtail looking board and it had a sun on it. And I'm pretty sure it was either from Walmart or Zellers. Or maybe Kmart at the time. I don't know where she got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Kmart board
Walmart.
is
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
Walmart board maybe, but I didn't know if they made boards that early.
I don't know. They made scooters in 2000. When Razor scooters came out, they Kmart had scooters and they had ones with like lights in them.
That's what's up.
Ooh.
I had
Pretty
a
stylish.
Mongoose scooter back in the day.
Mm.
Rode down a big ass hill, fell and fucked my arm up. Never
Yeah, I don't know
touched
if
it
you know
again.
this about Noose, but he's like a big scooter guy.
Yeah, definitely. I bought Scoot on day one release. Pretty fire game. No, you should definitely check Scoot out though. Check that shit out. It's pretty fun.
Like a Primo
I mean, it
scoot
does
bag.
look fun.
Just doing infinite bar spins is fucking crazy. And inward, whatever I don't know, fucking scooter tricks. But just the controls are dog shit. I'm not gonna lie. You just do the craziest shit. The pops are just wild on it. Great way to pass some time.
When it came to like skateboarding games, Joe, are you among the crowd, the usual crowd of Pro Skater being the first, or were you a Thrasher guy?
I remember playing Pro Skater when it came out, and I didn't really know too much about Thrasher. And the only time that I remember playing Thrasher was when I had this. It was PlayStation Underground jam-packed demo disc.
Ooh, that's bringing
And,
back some memories.
Yeah. So that one had like Tiny Tank and what was it, Jammer Lammy or something. I can't remember.
Jammer Lammy, the fucking Parappa the Rappa, but with a guitar girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that. I think it was that disc, and then they had Thrasher on there, and that was the first and last time I remember playing that game. I remember somebody had the disc, and like they brought it from school, and they were gonna play it at my house. Realized that I didn't have a PlayStation, and so what
That's
the guy
some-
did
Shit.
is there was a. You guys remember Dickie D's?
No.
You guys don't have that where you are.
Unfortunately,
It was a guy on a bike, and he had ice cream, and it was like this little little bike cart, and you would buy ice cream from him. So he would go around like ringing his bell, and everyone would go Dickie D, and then you'd go and buy your ice cream. So we wanted some ice cream, and the guy that brought over the game, he didn't have any money. I didn't have any money. He traded Thrasher Skate and Destroy for a big box of Klondikes.
What?
Yeah, we didn't know the worth of it.
Damn, that game's ass. I'm just gonna assume that now. I never played it when I was like
Thrasher?
younger. Yeah, that game's just ass,
Thrasher's-
bro. Got that shit for
Thrasher's
a box of Klondikes.
Thrasher's dope, dude. Oh no, he gave away gold for that box of
He
Klondike.
said, "Fuck this game."
Well, I hadn't played it, and
dude,
it wasn't
for
my game. I
Klondike,
didn't care. So like he traded it for Klondikes, and knowing that our parents would get mad at us if we had like this huge like box of 12 Klondikes. I think it was 12, somewhere around there. We went to like the forest area and just ate them all. Like just in one sitting. So it was like we ate the game pretty much.
God, I would easily give a kid 12 Klondike bars for a copy of Thrasher. God damn.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucked up. Whoever gave you guys the box was an asshole.
They knew for sure, but like they didn't care.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I got
Jill, what
My
would you do for a
my
Klondike
interaction with that game though was like when I played it on the demo disc, I had no idea what the hell was going on, and I couldn't figure out how to do any tricks. And then all of a sudden, a security guard came out and started tasing me, and I'm like, "Well, I can't outrun this guy. Why can't I outrun you? Like, it makes no sense." And then tased. I'm like, "What is this game?" So I don't remember ever actually landing anything in the game when I played it.
Did you ever
still
go
have
back
that
and
demo
play it?
disc. No, I haven't, and
Oh, you should.
I kind of want
Emulate
to.
it. It's very easy to emulate. It is very easy to emulate. I highly recommend it. It's a really good game. Like, it genuinely is.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back and
Uh,
play it
you'll
20 years
find-
later.
You'll find Ride Daddy agreeing very frequently, but I say it a lot in the Session Crea-ture Discord that Session feels to me like the just like direct like sequel to everything Thrasher, Skate, and Destroy was trying to be, and the technology just wasn't quite there yet to really be anything like Session is. But Thrasher was the first game that really tried to be realistic about things.
Yeah, I saw Night Speeds, I think, play a little bit of it. I'm like, okay, like it's supposed
No,
to be
it's-
like a realism game back in like the 2000s.
Yeah, it came out like I think it was like a month or two apart from Pro Skater, and like
Yeah, it came out roughly like the same time.
yeah, and it was basically like as much of a skate sim as you could have in that era. Like, you know, your inputs were what like to start tricks, like, you know, a frontside flip or backside flip was a trick. It wasn't like, you know,
It
you
wasn't
didn't
like
you didn't-
left and then square.
yeah, you didn't ollie and then start to kick flip while holding a direction on the stick to rotate. It was, you know, you do a frontside flip.
Honestly,
That's
So,
probably
like-
why I couldn't land anything.
I
yeah,
just,
so-
I just wish the Creature devs would just put in Tony Hawk inputs. It honestly, it'd fix the game, all the problems with it. Bugs would be gone.
Yeah, but Thrasher is also just fascinating from like a game industry perspective because it's one of the very, very early Rockstar published games. Rockstar didn't develop it, but just seeing Rockstar's name on a game that old is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't hear about Thrasher, like the game, until like I had probably like a year before I started playing Session. Like I was just looking up like old Tony Hawk videos and it popped up, and yeah, I always thought it kind of came out a bit before Tony Hawk. That's why it kind of got like overshadowed.
I'll admit that I didn't grow up with it. I didn't grow up with a PlayStation. I was an N64 kid.
Me too.
So it was when I was like between high school and college that I emulated Thrasher and just immediately fell in love. And that was like, you know, when I was already at like 1,500 hours in Skate 3. So like the fact that I was spending time not playing Skate 3 and playing Thrasher should tell you how good that game is, especially
What's
for
it-
its time.
What's
Yeah,
that?
I'm excited to try it again.
What's
Yeah.
that Skate? EA Skate log time looking like, JL?
Actually, not as much as you would think. So I started with Skate 3. Like I had played Skate 1, and honestly, at the my very first experience was at like a superstore in the gaming section. They had a demo of it. Tried to kickflip. I'm like, this is dumb. Like the way that you had to do a kickflip just felt awkward. I'm like, oh man, like it's not Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Like that's what I was used to.
Yeah.
And then I guess over time it was like, okay, like this is fine. But I didn't have a PlayStation 3 at all. Like all my buddies did, and I didn't really bother with it. I think I had a Wii. I don't know. I
Wasn't
knew I
there-
had a 60. I had a 64, and that's what I always played. And then I eventually bought a Wii, and then when I bought my PS3, I'm like, okay, I'll get Skate 3. So I kind of worked backwards. Like I
Oh,
had
damn.
played, I'd played like Skate 1, I played Skate 2, but only at friends' houses, and then I bought Skate 3 when I got my first PlayStation 3, and then I kind of just worked backwards in the series, and I spent a good chunk of time. I was actually watching a couple of my replays today from Skate 3 to see, like, was I actually that good?
Now, if I ever need a reality check, I just go back and watch my old Skate 3 edits.
Yeah.
Really wish I got to get into that community when I was younger.
Yeah, no, the Skate Flucket community was magical. It was awful at times, but it was magical.
I didn't know anything about any of the communities. Like, I wasn't really like keeping up with gaming stuff. It was like, oh, okay, like this game came out, and I'll just sit in my room and play it.
I'm one of the guys that like saw the Crea-ture posts on Skate Flucket in like, you know, whatever year, like way back. And I wish I could have like kind of trusted indie devs enough at that point to like stick with it.
I had never backed anything before session, so that was like like people are like, oh my god, like you risk that much money. It's like, I don't know. Like I believe it could be something. Like, why not?
I'm sure I can figure out two of your favorite games, JL, Session and Mario Maker. Are
Wow,
probably...
what a wild guess.
Yeah, what a wild guess. But I mean, what are your other favorite games that you play?
Final Fantasy VII is technically my favorite game.
How'd you feel about the remake?
I actually really like the remake.
How'd you feel about the ending? Because the ending is the contentious part. That's the part that gets people kind of split.
I didn't mind the ending. Like, I know that there's a lot more to the story.
Yeah.
And I wish I didn't know that there was a lot more to the story, because like every time they hinted at one certain thing, I'm like, please stop showing that. Like, I don't want to see that in real life.
Yeah, because like a big part of me just hated how like over the top it was for the end of chapter 1. One of the things I liked about Final Fantasy VII is how much more grounded it was compared to a lot of other Final Fantasies.
Did you ever play Final Fantasy 14?
14. Did I play that?
That's the
I know
MMO.
Yeah, the MMO.
I played Final Fantasy 7, 8, 10, 10-2, 13, 13-2.
Okay, so you didn't play the MMOs then.
No.
Are you excited for like what's to come in this new update, other than like filming? We heard there's a new spot or a new level.
I don't know. They just said expansion, didn't they?
Was it expansion or level?
I don't know. Where did they even post that? I know there was a comment on Instagram, because, you know, Donovan likes to spoil things.
Our new level and the replay editor.
Yeah.
Posted on the
I'm not sure
announcements.
what they can come up with.
Cause yeah, I'd assume they'd be very specific if it was an expansion, and they'd say expansion.
Yeah, they would say like New York getting expansion. I'm not sure what the new level would be, because like it came out of nowhere with Philly.
Yeah. Did you know about it before it came out?
No. Like, before, I knew about it when the first like test build went out, but that was like maybe, yeah, that was right before the stream. I had gotten a test build and I knew about it, but as soon as they released it to the public, that was when I was actually able to play it in full, because when I played it, it was like, it wasn't full, it wasn't complete. I guess they like hid a lot of stuff in that build because it was like an older build from what they currently had. Yeah, like I found out like not long before everybody else, because like I had to play a little bit of the update before that stream, before the collab stream.
I really feel bad for I'm sure you saw it, Rye Daddy, like relating to Philly, since he like dropped his mod map of it like a couple weeks before the update.
I always meant to play that one, and then all of a sudden Crea-ture had one. I'm like, well,
yeah, I felt bad.
I guess I'll just play this one.
Yeah.
But who's your favorite skater?
That's hard to tell.
Well, I guess I mean you can give us like a top 5, top 3, whatever's easier. Who do you like the most?
Chris Haslam, Day One Song. Back in the day when I was younger, it was Ryan Sheckler. It's like he's a young one, I was a young one. It's like, oh, like
We're the same.
these kids can skate. Yeah, it's like Sean Malto for sure. Love his flow, love his style. I don't know. And then there's like, you know, the other pros that like everybody likes, like Paul Rodriguez and Nyjah and like Chris Cole. It's just hard to choose a favorite because it's like picking a favorite style.
Is there a particular kind of spot local to you that you find yourself particularly attached to?
Yes, my local park. Everyone hates that park, and I just can't get enough of it.
Do you have a favorite spot in session?
I guess the new Philly map that it's like right next to the dominoes, the stair set to the left, where it's like there's a handrail and then flat and then another handrail.
When I first like opened up Philly, I'm like, I don't even know where to fucking skate first. Like,
Everyone just starts at the fountain.
I definitely had to hit that spot first, but like, I just ended up skating around more than anything when I first like played Philly. It took me a minute to get to like the Pyramid Ledges expansion.
I'll say that because like just Philly as a location, it's a little bit harder to kind of have that guided path because the Chatham Towers area just has this natural progression of where it kind of takes you. Philly is a little bit more like kind of scattered.
Yeah, like everything is just built around the fountain.
Like even in real life, like obviously that's not at all a critique on like the map design. That's just it's the location. But so it definitely is harder to kind of like know what to do next. But I kind of like that about it. Honestly, I love hunting spots in these kinds of games, so I kind of like when it's a little like jumbled. I'm waiting to see some maps that are just like ports of city locations that don't even have skateboarding in mind. I want to see that modded. I want to see some like city architect that doesn't even know skateboarding to just start making maps. I love hunting like spots or finding ways to make spots that are like really awkward work rather than having a map adjusted to make it skatable.
I always try to do that, and then I end up just going to like the banks and just skating the rail. It's like I want to skate this spot. This spot looks epic.
Everything leads to the bank.
I could just go to the 13 set and get a couple tricks there.
Everything leads to the banks in Chatham. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Crea-ture Park, JL?
It's interesting that they like morphed it into something a little bit different compared to what they originally had. So like they took their first ever build of the park and then mixed it with the second build for that park that introduced the prison level and the park all in one. And they kind of just like merged it into one little park, and it's like really cool. I like the atmosphere in there. It's like a nice grungy looking park, and then all of the upstairs is whatever you want.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you could move like literally everything up there.
Not many people do.
Yeah, like I knew you could move some stuff, but I was like, oh shit! Like it was a couple months back actually. I realized it. I'm like, wow, that's pretty dope.
I got a question that I'm sure you don't have the answer for, but it's been bugging me, so I'm gonna ask fucking everybody. So the you know the wooden circular ledges at the Brooklyn banks, like kind of outside of them at the small banks.
At the small banks.
They're like a circular bench, like
the ones like around a tree. But if you go outside the map, there's a bunch of little ones.
So like, why the hell are those droppable objects now?
I don't know. I mean, it's fun to skate, I guess.
Did you request that?
No.
I'm gonna ask every single person until I get an answer as to why those are droppable objects.
So you requested a ladder though?
Yeah, I remember seeing in one of the trailers that there was a ladder behind Jonathan's character, and I'm like, oh, we get ladders to be able to climb? Mark's like, what? I'm like, in the trailer, there's a ladder, and nobody else noticed it. Like, there's a ladder there. We don't have ladders. Are you adding ladders? And then they never added ladders.
That sounds like something hard to add.
Yeah, because you'd have to have like climbing.
Yeah.
stuff. And
even if it was a teleport, if it's like a droppable object, like getting that to function without breaking a bunch of shit would be really awkward.
yeah, probably happens someday though.
It'd be interesting to see what they do with the item dropper though.
Oh yeah.
Because
I'm hoping to see some Skate 3 style like physics objects. I want to see some lava.
yeah, I'm assuming
They
like
showed that off actually.
Yeah.
They showed off how the objects are gonna react eventually.
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm assuming we're gonna be able to like create a whole ass like skate park at some point. I mean, well, fuck, Smuss Pit has already proven that you can, but I mean, like a lot more easier than what it is now.
A lot more easier.
Yeah, a lot easier.
I mean, you just go upstairs to the Crea-ture park and build everything from there.
That is
a lot
true.
of people ask,
Yeah.
like, when are we going to be able to build our own skate park? You can go upstairs.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
What's the next session feature that you want to see the most? Let's go ahead and not include anything that's like hard confirmed.
I actually really don't know. Like, I'm excited to see like the character physics and like having the game flow a lot better. So
Yeah.
like,
Rider is still a little stiff. It's
yeah.
so outside of the replay editor, because that's like been like already openly talked about a lot. What about like confirmed features that we just don't know when they're coming? Anything you're particularly like eager to see?
Online multiplayer.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah,
We
that
have
and
multiplayer now, but it's PC online. Like,
Yeah.
invite your friend.
yeah, I think the three big ones that you see people talk about a lot are multiplayer, no complies, and vert.
Yes. Oh
That's
yeah.
not gonna
How
be
did
for a
I
long
miss
time, but-
transition? Yes, transition.
Yeah,
Man, as a mini ramp skater, I should have been like, transition. I want that.
yeah. I mean, I'm hoping to see some mini ramp style transition sooner rather than later because I know that vert is not going to be for a long time. But man, I love pool skating so much. I just want vert.
I just want to be able to wall ride. That's
yeah,
what I
that
want.
too. Yeah, I want wall rides. That would be huge.
I wonder how they're gonna do that properly, because like I don't think
Yeah.
any skateboarding game has done it properly yet.
I mean, GTA 5 got BMX wall rides surprisingly well.
They should just dedicate a whole team to skateboarding and BMX in GTA 5. That can be the new expansion.
I've been saying forever that I want Thrasher skate and destroy style skateboarding in GTA because like that's a simplistic enough control scheme to like fit into a different type of game.
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it. Bully had a skateboard. You could like kickflip it. That's like you could like kickflip it and do like 180s.
I never beat Bully. That was a really fun game though. I had it like on a PlayStation when I was really young, and then I just never finished it, and then I got it on PC.
I watched Jacksepticeye play that.
Yeah, it's a good game. If you like GTA at all, I highly recommend it just because it's so unique. It's such a unique take on the whole situation.
Do you have any like favorite spots you want in session? Since like they just fucking came out of nowhere with Philly, it wouldn't be surprising.
Lataz in Montreal.
Yeah,
want
Montreal
that
in
part.
general is just loaded with amazing ideas.
Because like having Taz indoor, they'd have to have the outdoor part of it too. And like Taz is massive.
Kind of. I mean, it makes sense why they wouldn't start there, but like, I'd expect they would have to do some spots in Montreal.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they went after New York first and then Philly.
I guess. Well, New York makes sense though with the whole vibe they're going for the '90s like the
Yeah.
'90s golden age VX stuff, like the Brooklyn Banks, New York. That is beyond iconic, and it's incredibly iconic and distinctive to skating culture while also being unique for a video game because like every skateboarding game just goes straight for California most of the time.
Yeah.
And, it's good to see. Like you've seen like Manhattan and Tony Hawk's Underground and like shit like that, but
Yeah.
Tony Hawk games you don't play a Tony Hawk game with a skateboarding mindset. It's an action platformer. Like,
Actually, that's different for me.
well, I have played Tony Hawk with the skating mindset, but like you're generally not expected to. That's not the way the game's designed. It's not the way the maps are designed either.
No.
So
But what I used to do was in Tony Hawk Underground, I would get 2 players. The second controller would be controlled by my feet. But I would just get off the board, stand there, and like kind of stare at the rail. And then first player would go and do a trick down the rail. And then I would go into the replay editor for not the editor, but like the replay for second player, and then watch the footage back.
Actually, funny enough, I didn't go that far with it, but yeah, I don't know if you know that I made a Thug Pro edit of me doing like pseudo-realistic manual tricks. I actually like asked on the Thug Pro forum if it would be possible for somebody to like, because like people did like little gameplay tweaks and mods and stuff, and I was
Yeah.
seeing if it'd be possible for somebody to remove the like speed boost that you get when grinding rails. Nobody got around to that, but that would have opened the door to like me
Yeah.
doing more stuff. I didn't do any grinds because you just get turbo boosted when you touch a rail. But yeah, I did a bunch of like skinny ledge manuals and like shit like that. I made
Was
that.
was it that one that was on like the S kind of manual pad going down? I remember seeing a clip there.
I don't think I manual that because I think that my video was all East Coast spots. I think that because
Okay.
I was planning on following it up with the West Coast spot, and I think the S bend you're thinking of is in downtown LA.
Maybe. I don't know. It was like this really narrow ledge, and it was like kind of like S curved all the way down. It was like wavy. I remember seeing like a really cool trick down it.
Yeah, I might have like done that at some point, but I don't think that was in the video because I think that's in the like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater like 1 or 2 or 3 or Pro Skater 3, I think, the LA map.
So, should we be expecting to see anything from you coming soon?
New videos always. I'm always planning on new kinds of content. But as for like a skate part, I'm just waiting on the specific things, the 2 specific things, tattoos and the replay editor. So once that's in, then I can start working on all the other projects that I have that kind of wrap around that.
Let me know if you need a guest clip.